We're on, and Amanda's mad. How do you like that, everybody? What's new?
I'm glad I'm mad today. I don't care.
Hey, what are you mad at,
I don't
Amanda?
even feel bad about it.
I don't either.
I know you don't.
No, you don't know nothing.
Oh, I know.
Hey, we're having a spat here.
This is spat, Randy. We're having a little spat.
A little spat, just a little disagreement.
Just a little disagreement.
Yep. I'm glad I'm the only one on the front here.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks mean.
Oh, yeah.
Let's continue on.
Oh, the show must go on. Hey, break a leg.
You wish I would.
Wish in one hand. Y'all can figure out the rest of it if you're from here. I don't know if y'all say it everywhere else, but
Amanda's a cusser.
wish in one hand and, in the other.
Yeah, and what?
You know.
Yeah. How do you save matches?
Moving on.
Moving on. Everybody, we got some salvage. This company was built on salvage materials.
It was.
We started the whole place. We actually not only built with salvage materials, built a building out of salvage materials. I have built like regular homes out of salvage materials. If it wasn't for salvage, I probably wouldn't be here. It's kept me alive.
Oh, that's the truth.
Yeah, I've made a living building things out of salvage materials. The reason I took a picture in front of this is a 40-foot container and it's 9.5 foot tall. Now it's beat to pieces. It's been around the world 1,000 times, right? It's probably been to Egypt, Mongolia, and everywhere else. And you know what? It's waterproof, right? It's salvaged old container. I wouldn't have a problem at all building me a house in that thing. But when it comes to salvage, you don't want to turn, just like we said, you can't take, the old saying, you can't take a sow's ear and turn it into a silk purse. Sow's ear is a pig's ear, and it's pretty far from a silk purse, but that's a sow's ear, right? But the inside, you can make it look like a silk purse because you can do anything you want inside, It's a little, you got to consider the bumping out and all the dings and dents, and where do you want? But, could save money on it, right?
Of course.
If you can get that for $1,000 versus $5,000 for a brand new one, or a $4,000 for a brand new one, you save a couple thousand bucks.
It's something to consider.
Listen, I got a container give to me.
Yes.
And I had a construction trailer give to me, and it's at Amanda's house, and we fixed it up. Actually took the construction trailer the guy didn't want, gutted it. I put didn't have a bathroom, put a bathroom in it, put a kitchen in it, all out of salvage materials. Took the cabinets out of her mom's house.
That's right.
And remodeled it, put them in there. Everything was salvaged. Windows, countertops, sinks, everything. And turned it into an apartment. I lived in it. My mom and dad's lived in it. The kids have lived in it. It's been a great thing. All free.
Yeah.
All of it was free that I had to dig, and find it all. But I love salvage material. What actually gets me is we get all these brand new materials, brand new showers, brand new 2x4s and all that. Right. And it's great. And this is for, if I was not building homes, excuse me, in kind of a production mode, we're trying to build 12, 14 homes a month. If I wasn't doing that, I probably wouldn't use 2x4s. I would use salvage stuff. I enjoy using them. Now, when you get salvage materials, they're not all like wood. You don't get them all the same dimension. So you got to run them through a saw and cut them all 3 inches or 4 inches or whatever it is. And it's like the guy said, back when I had more time than money, that's when you use salvage, right? But now what I want to do for you guys is I collect salvage stuff so we can put that into your home, and we don't have to use the construction and the framing and all that out of salvage. We can use, new stuff out of that, but you can throw a splash for decor, right? For siding and trim and all kinds of crazy stuff. Now, I haven't been going out there and buying a lot of salvage because we need that building 200 more feet long, right?
Right.
We need it longer because it's out in the weather. And the reason is right now we don't have anywhere to put it. We tarp it, blows off. It's just so hard to keep dry. It'll dry up and probably look better because it's been out in the weather.
That's
true,
yeah.
But I'll show you what we have. We got some stacked inside because we try to get it inside and let it dry out because we know we're going to start using it. So we've got a lot of barn wood and stuff stacked inside, so it's drying.
Yeah.
Questions?
No, but I want to make a comment because this is really funny. Who was it that said it at first? Okay, Zoe's mom said, Amanda, how come you don't have a microphone so we can hear you too?
Yeah.
And then Andrea said, Amanda's too loud for her own microphone. And then Felipe said, then she said, yes, well, I can't hear her at all. And then Felipe said, if you can't hear Amanda, you must be deaf.
It's like you're reading a cartoon.
It is. That is right.
Yeah.
Tiny House Tunes.
Yeah, you just read me like a newspaper cartoon.
That is so cute.
Hey,
that's funny.
How come nobody's listening to me and they're all talking about not hearing you, Amanda?
Oh,
Mike.
They heard everything you said.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone, there's going to be a test later, so pay attention.
The drama. All everybody wants the drama. We got drama, believe me.
They said they all heard you.
Okay, great. Everybody just said it all one time, right?
Yes. They did.
God. We have showed, this is kind of some leftover stuff that we've been just stacking. I've got a guy, now it's helping me. He was inside in his scooter, we call him, that's his nickname. And he's helping me organize all this wood. This is just a little spit here, but man, I have got tons of stuff down there. We're gonna take a walk, right? Take a walk on the wild side, on the salvage side.
Can I show that little pile?
Yeah, I'm actually ashamed it's not been taken care of more than what it was before.
This is awful.
I don't want you to take a picture of it, Amanda.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
What
And
did
then
we walk this way for?
I didn't. You said, can I take a picture of this pile?
Oh, there's lots of piles around here, folks.
Yeah.
Lots of piles.
A pile of work, shift.
Yeah. Shift work.
Big old pile of shift work. Big old pile of shift work. But we've got down here, and I like to collect, believe it or not, I really like to collect a lot of stuff. If I had a bigger building, I'd collect all kinds of stuff.
Oh, I know. Well, never mind. Go ahead.
What?
There's the rest of my flowers. I was looking for them, and they're like strode everywhere.
What?
Oh, I got to get all those picked up.
They're like what everywhere?
Strode everywhere.
It's like my dad said back when I was a kid. My mom said, "Get that off that Debonette." My dad said, "Good God, what is a Debonette?" And he had heard it all his life. And he gets so mad at her calling a sofa a Debonette. Where no?
I never heard that.
A Debonette.
That's a new one on
I don't.
me.
Maybe she made it up. I don't know. It aggravated him.
Oh God.
He said it's a couch.
Me and your dad, we're a lot alike.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
That is chicken feeder trough, they said in there.
Huh.
We've got all this wood. It's kind of exotic because it's, yeah. See these old beams, these 2x? We don't have a lot of 2x, but you got the old nail holes in them. And we try to use these in our loft supports.
Yeah.
Because this is oak here. It's a really heavy 2x.
Yeah.
But we're trying to go through and separating these. Actually, the shelves that it takes are just so expensive to be able to track all this. Now you can imagine, I like coming out here and I dig through this, right? Now this is a beautiful.
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
All right, so you got that. Then they wrap this together. Everything is in different sizes and it's hard to use. Like you got some yellow paint, you got some white, you got some blue, turquoise. It all come off an old barn.
I know everybody remembers the day that guy brought that big load. This is it, isn't it?
Well, it's part of it. We got mixture of some other. This is just a drop of what we got. See, like the corrugated metal here?
Let me see.
We use this corrugated metal, and I used it on the sauna. But see, what happened is they painted some gray waterproofing on it years ago, and this is some heavy-duty stuff, right?
Yeah.
But it's not real pretty right now. It's got the original mud from the barn that was on there. Okay. Collect windows. They're older windows.
Hey, Randy, real quick, and they told that is a nestling thing, and I kind of thought that, I didn't know it was called
Nestling?
that. But you know where the hens sit in there
Yeah,
with their
and lay
nest.
an egg.
So they said it was like a nestling box.
Yeah, we can clean
That's a
that up and nail it in your house.
Okay. So now all this stuff, just to make clear, so anybody who's having a house built can call in and say, hey, you know.
If you got an idea of where you want to put that stuff, like those are just random boards. It's really hard. Listen, when you got one board like this, now this board's no good. I don't like this because it's just a TNG put together. But it's so hard because you got 50 different boards and they're all different sizes. So that's why most people don't, because you got so much labor involved in moving this around, it's really not economically worth it.
Now, what about this? What if the person said, hey, I'm going to send you a picture of what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Would that be best?
I would like to somebody, like what we say is, hey, you want some barnwood or some rustic touches?
Yes.
And that allows us to come out here and we fish through a lot of this stuff.
Right.
And we'll look through and say, hey, now I've got all this probably times 3 in the barn, in the building,
Really?
drying out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been in there for about 3 months.
Okay.
So this stuff will be cycled in there shortly too.
Mm-hmm.
And then over here, I'll show you some other things, but this is just, these windows, I've been hauling these things around and I was gonna use them mainly in my own house or something like,
Extra.
yeah, well see, some guy brought me this replacement window. See, so the nail flange was cut off and I put it on here and I'm thinking, you know, I could put it in the bathroom over here in the shop or something.
I like this one.
There's an egress window.
What's that?
I just, some people just drop them, let's see all the colors,
Yeah.
but it's busted.
Oh,
Yep.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
We got a couple new windows underneath there. But see, this is stuff,
What about this piece? Is that granite?
yes,
Whose is that? Or-
that
piece
come out of her
granite?
remodel.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah, look how big that thing is,
That's
man.
a bit. Well, and two, you know, you had talked before. Remember we were at a show and they said there was a company that said, "Hey, we've got remnants. If you don't need us something too big." What was it he said?
Guess what he said?
Oh, sugar. I ain't telling you nothing else. I'm gonna be quiet the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do that. I can't quit talking.
Now this is a 2-piece shower. The top piece is busted, but the bottom piece is great. You know, you can go from here and then go up with metal if you want.
Oh,
The thing
okay.
is that most people are not gonna, they're not gonna save money from taking this and adding metal to it. I mean, the base is probably, just if you get a shower base, is like $200, $225, something like that.
Yeah.
So you're just doing this because you really want the look, you know?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
So, come on. Like, I got that hot tub. Some guy, I think John's dad said, hey, you want this hot tub?
Mhm.
It's an 8-person hot tub for $600.
I know.
I've had it here for a year.
I know.
As you can tell, I get in it a lot.
Exactly.
I'm ashamed to have anybody look at it. Like, I never take the time to do anything like that.
Exactly.
Now, down here was all the glass that we had, and we have went through this glass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, all we got is random pieces. Now, all right, we've got, like right here, and most of this is all tempered glass. We have a glass company that I work with, and you wouldn't believe they'll do stuff for Kentucky Fried Chicken, Taco Bell, and stuff like that, and they come,
Really?
they come measured, and so they have nowhere to do it. So I've got tons of it. Now, look at this big piece. Now, that great big square is about 5 foot by 5 foot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if you guys want one of them, I've got several pieces like this you guys can see. But that's why I love putting picture windows in homes. We just build a frame, put it in. This has got a little arch. Now, this one is not even, it's like a mirror. You can't even see through. It's just black.
Oh, wow.
I had to take everything they had,
Yeah.
in the lot when they were giving it to me.
That's just not bad.
See, this one says Family Dollar,
Well,
and it's tempered with the T.
Huh.
Now, I'll tell you, these are,
tinted, right?
yeah, now these are single pane.
Okay.
All right. Now this is a single pane, and it's tinted. It's 38 by 34. You got all this is tinted. Look, Hobby Lobby, Sevierville.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah. These are all
Oh, yeah.
tempered glass, single pane tempered glass.
Okay.
Anyway, I like keeping stuff like this around. It's It's not
So
hurting
what does
anything.
he do? So whenever, like, if he gets a bunch of that's extra or something, does he give you a call and say, "Hey, I got a bunch"?
Yeah,
We
I
take
usually
it.
get with him often and say, hey, what do you got in line? And,
Mhm.
see if we can do anything. We actually, because we're in production, right?
Mhm.
I'll call him now and say, hey, if you can get us a standard size picture window, and that's like we put in that house, it's got two on both sides.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of them before, but this time I said, hey, give me, what can you, so like normally the sliding glass door that people make,
Mhm.
or you can get, I remember I bought tons of them before for like, I don't know, $100 a piece or something
Really?
like that, but I didn't like it. It's just a different kind of glass.
Mhm.
So we're ordering glass now too.
Now, if somebody has a customer, make sure
Look
they
at
can
this
hear me.
piece.
Oh, the little look at the moss growing.
This is like 6 foot. But see, when you turn this sideways in a living room, the sill is up about 44 inches, Then you go up a 2 foot high. And so it's not as wide. So people, it's not if it was just a little bit wider, it looks like maybe what people
Now, if
want,
a customer wants to send their own salvage stuff, like a lot of people go shopping and go to these salvage yards and all that stuff. Do you encourage that or no, or what?
Well, usually what they like, a customer, is decor. They like the light fixtures, maybe
Mhm.
plumbing fixtures. The thing is, everybody, when you send something like that, there might be more labor in it than it's worth to put it
Right.
together,
Yeah.
because of the normally plumbing fixtures. We had a sink or a faucet one time, and the supply lines
Mhm.
were impossible to put together.
Yes.
We couldn't even put them on there,
And the like it's something that the guys don't normally put together, so it does take
We gotta-
longer.
We got to charge for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta charge
I've
for it.
kind of
That's the only
figured.
thing.
I've figured this with a man working, right? His pay, his workman's comp, general liability, our overhead, the profit in the company, all that put together, right? Comes up to a dollar figure per hour. Right now we're at about a $55 an hour for a guy.
That's true. Yes.
So when I'm figuring a job, I got to figure man hours, and that's how I figure up jobs.
Yeah.
So if I figure a guy's going to have an hour, hour and a half trying to figure out a faucet,
Sure.
I mean, I got to add 100, $150 for labor,
Right.
because if you don't, we go backwards.
Exactly.
Right. So
Okay.
that's what it is.
Good. All right. What else you
Salvage
got?
is really, like I said, salvage is good when you've got more time than you do money.
That's right.
All right.
Mhm.
Now, what I try to do, instead of charging you that kind of fee to put in a faucet that we think, hey, it's going to be an antique faucet, the flange may break, we got to get a washer and all that stuff. But so what I try to use is the salvage we have in a fast production way, but it looks cool. So
Right.
you got a good deal, and you got some odd stuff that looks nice, like this glass. We can build these frames pretty quick. We got them big pieces of glass. They're 5 by 8, and they're monsters.
Oh yeah.
That's a whole wall.
So this glass right here is not the ones that we saw over there. Are those gone? The big 10?
Yeah, them great big ones.
Are they all gone?
No,
Oh,
they're not. I think we've sold 3 or 4.
Okay.
They're
okay.
$1,000,
Yeah.
but that's because we have to frame the wall
Yeah.
a particular way to grab that piece of glass, and then to build a actual wood frame for it, and then to set it in place, and then to trim it.
God, they're big.
Yeah, it takes a couple men, a
Hey,
couple
they're
days.
wanting to know, what are these barrels used for? What's happening there?
All right, those barrels are our spray foam,
Okay.
and we've been collecting them.
Mhm.
And what I've got I got some ideas for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't reveal it unless it might
Yeah,
be-
well, no, what I want to do is I'm going to cut the tops and bottoms out,
Uh-huh.
and we've been using them for fire pits
Uh-huh.
too. But what I want to do is cut the tops and bottoms out and hook them together and make pontoons, because
Yeah.
my dream way before I even started this company was to build tiny homes on water.
Yeah.
So, and it'd probably be mine. I mean, if you want to do it to sell, you'd want aluminum pontoons and all that stuff. But
Because you've always wanted a barge, put a house on a barge.
I've always wanted a river barge, like
Yeah.
a big river barge, build a house and have trees and planters and garden and everything on a big old river barge,
Okay.
So that's really my dream for myself. If anybody wanted to know what I want to do, that would probably be, I'm talking a river barge is like 75 by 150, and I'd like to have it, in a big old body of water, and I put a little bitty house on it, and then I was going to put a planter all the way around it and put garden in it and grow my trees and just, you know, kind of a homesteading on a barge.
Yeah, Helene said Randy wants a floating island. Pretty
Floating
much.
island. That's
Pretty
right.
much.
That's right. Now, I've got a friend out of Knoxville, and he's storing all this here. Now, this is for sale, but these are powder coated fences and vinyl fences. One of those right there, one of those columns, right? It's a load-bearing column. It's got steel in the middle of it, like that cylinder. It's fiberglass, $360 retail.
Woo!
And he's had them for years. He had nowhere to store them. I had all this concrete. These are powder coated. Look, the wrappers are still on them, and they're railings. We need to get rid of all these things. I'd like to sell all of them. All of the vinyl fencing, the spindles, the pickets.
I mean, there's everything.
We've been using some of this stuff in some of the homes. Like, we have these handrails. I mean, these are pickets. And so we've been kind of cutting the tops and bottoms and using these on handrails inside the house.
Yeah.
You've got these. Look at, these are brand new. But now they've been here for,
I know,
he's
they're
had them for
gorgeous.
years, but they have not, they're powder coated, so they last forever.
Now, what does that mean, powder coated?
It's a way they paint them.
Oh.
Yep. Look at all stacks.
I know.
Stacks of railing. Now this is outdoor.
Look at this.
That's $300 some odd dollars a piece.
I know.
A piece.
I forgot about those.
I'm like, you know what? If somebody could find somebody to buy all these,
yeah.
I'll make a deal with you. Make some money, we'll make some money.
Yeah, we had actually asked people before that, hey, listen, we'll
look at
give you a
this.
little money for it.
Look, this has got a circle in it.
Yeah.
See
look at
that?
Those.
All the way down. We have hundreds of these things that we can sell. And we've also got them on slants to go up and down staircases. Amanda? Been picking through like forever. The wood out here, we've got barn wood. Now, the reason some of this stuff is scattered is that we actually had this at our old plant.
Can I touch on this really quick before we go to
Yeah.
something else? Somebody's asking, can you use this for decks on the houses, like in the community, or what do you want to do? Use
Yeah.
for the safety railing for the lots, for the lofts. Use those for decks. Are they fences for yards? Great for porch step railing.
Yeah, all the above. Yep.
Rooftop decks on top of the houses.
Mm-hmm. So like this is a rail. See that rail?
Yeah.
This is kind of in a colonial home. You know, it's
Yeah.
out on the porch,
Can it be used on a patio?
around a pool or something like that.
Yeah, small
you know?
yard fencing in the community.
Yep.
Used for lofts, so they could ask for that maybe in the lofts.
Well, I'm gonna put
Price it.
barbed wire around everything, keep everybody in here.
Stop it.
You know what?
Well, I said it was a compound. I told everybody.
Yep. Come on, let me show you more stuff.
All right. So we went past the fence and stuff.
Somebody's just got to buy it all.
He said somebody's just got to buy it all.
Now look here, this is Dutch slap siding. See this Dutch slap? Now I've only
Well,
got a
look at it,
little
you can
bit.
see it.
So what I like to do, it's got this little curve in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So it's a lap siding. So what happens is, it's got that little notch. Let me show you, Mandy. You can get all flustered on me here. She's been on me all day, everybody. She's just like aggravated.
You
She woke up
lie.
aggravated.
He lies like a rug.
All right, so that fits just like that on top.
That's pretty.
Yeah, and we've used this a couple times. This is old Dutch lap siding. So what I like to do is throw a little bit of this in a gable inside the house, or
Trim molding, they say. Something like that.
no.
Oh.
And then this will be on the.
Okay, everybody. He doesn't want me to talk, so don't say nothing.
Yeah, man, there's a time and a place.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, But that's cool. It's just siding.
Okay.
That's siding, so you can use that anywhere.
Is this all you got? This little dab?
I've got that that's painted. See, it's white.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to sand it down a little bit and make it a little rough, or you can, I mean, it's primed, so you can paint it a different color, you know?
Pretty, I like it.
Yep. I like these old beams I got. I try to incorporate some beams, but see, the reason we have picked through a lot of this, and we're about done, I was gonna use this probably on my own personal home, because you got 12 boards one size, 13 another size, 2 another size. It's hard to work with, it really is. But mainly for you all is the barn wood. I got some big old beams.
Now, I like the big beams.
Is that what you said, man?
Was I supposed to talk? I forgot.
See this big beam?
I gotta be quiet.
And we used to build with these in our log homes. So this is a 6 by 12 beam.
Wow. How can I get
A lot of times we don't want to, like this is a 6 by 8 beam. A lot of times we don't want to use these because it's just so heavy, you know, and people don't want these in their house. And that's why they're still here.
Wow, they're cool.
I thought about them in the lodge when we're going to build here. Yeah.
That's awesome.
There's all our barn wood over here. We got some red painted wood. You can see it in there. Yep, old barn, I'd love using that. I like using it in accenting ways, not a ton of it.
Well, I mean, a good example, one of the things was Cardi's house over there that we just released on all the social media, the pictures of it and the video and stuff like that. It's beautiful, and it's a lot of barnwood on the outside, but it was really pretty on the inside.
Exactly,
accented.
exactly. Like here, see all this wood? So I got boards or rough sawn. This is actually redwood, all right? This is redwood right here, and it was expensive in the day. This is right, it's lightweight, it's strong, all down into here, all this 1x. So I could take that right there, and this is what I really wanted to do.
Ooh.
I know it. It's like a big,
Don't, don't, Randy.
big Tootsie Roll. But I tell you what I would love to do. This is what I could take that wood and just close my eyes and take this wood and dump it in a pile, right? And the house with it.
Oh, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
That's what I love doing.
That would be
I'd have me a saw, I'd cut it all up, and I could do. And this is really for somebody. I would like somebody to say, hey, you know what? Because it kind of bothers me I don't have the time to do that, because that's what I really love to do.
Well, maybe you'll get to that.
I love being a carpenter and building. But you can see back here. Look at this wood here. Like, okay. Here's 1x8s. See all these 1x8s? It's wrapped up. It's all the way down through here. There's probably 30 1x8s right here.
Now you can see the color difference. You see where it's gray here, and then where it's light there.
Yeah, and then you got a bunch of, this is lap siding, but it'd be great to have some of that in a house a little bit, you know?
I wonder if anybody would be brave enough, because I don't even know if we've had anybody that says, hey, just build it whatever you want. Maybe one person?
Yeah. Oh, I could just go at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then over here, well, I've got, Steve has started out kind of like that. We're building a house for John, he's watching Steve, and then and then he's got a little specific on some of the things he wants, but we're hoping to have a little fun with his home, to make it look real
Because it's going to be really
different.
unique.
It's going to be different. He's wanting windows that are built and kind of cocked a little bit.
Yeah.
The roof line look like it's maybe sinking down a little bit. I told somebody we're doing that, and they said, why would somebody want that?
Was it your mom that asked that?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Real quick, somebody asked, I think it was Tigger that asked first, and then Andrea, what about railroad ties? Isn't there something like
Creosote.
soaked in something?
Yeah, the creosote is really strong. It's I don't know if it's toxic or not, but I wouldn't want it in
You
the
wouldn't want
house.
it in a house.
No,
But outside of flower beds and stuff, it'd be fine.
Yeah, like here, see we've got 1x12s, 1x10s, some 2x's underneath here, scattered across. These guys don't even know they're under here. I love this stuff. They got some tongue and groove, but as you guys can see, it's hard for us to move this lumber.
Yeah.
Right, because I've got 2 pieces of cedar, some T&G, and most people look at this and think, it's worthless,
Yeah.
But I have built a lot of houses with stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yep. Here, let's walk over here. So mainly, I guess the point of everything that I'm doing, what?
I was just gonna ask, is this part right here where we're standing, is this the prairie?
This is the prairie.
So all this is the prairie.
This will all be gone.
This is all.
I am getting rid of this
All this
2020.
wood.
All this wood will be gone, the railings. This concrete area you can eat off of it by the end of the year.
So this is where the prairie starts on this.
Right along right there. Yep.
Oh, cool. I thought.
So from all this, everybody, I am going through all this. I'm going to use it up, be gone. I may build some shacks or whatever I'm going to do personally or what I can do to get rid of all this. This was a camper that Rob was going to use, and he was going to use the trailer of the camper, right? And once he started building, I told him, I said, man, that camper trailer is just not stout enough.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like taking campers and building on them, you know?
About that.
Yep, all the time.
Okay. So wow.
But it's a mess, and I don't like showing it. It's like showing your closet, you know, in your house.
Well, that's all right. You can see the before and after.
But I am cleaning all this stuff up. If we can bring that building 200 more feet, then I'll have a rack in there and I can collect all the stuff that I need. But I don't like.
Oh, look at it from our.
Yeah,
oh,
I don't.
Somebody just said snakes. No, it's too cold for snakes right now. But now if it's summertime, then you have to kind of kick the wood before you grab it.
They're here.
I mean, they're here, but it's cold. They ain't out.
They're sleeping, Amanda.
They're all down in the dirt.
Is that where they're at?
Stop it.
Amanda said they're down in the dirt. So all this wood, some of it was just give to me. Like this is really, see the barn wood's got some nails in it. The beautiful gray color that we have here. It's not real long, so we can use it for window trim, flower boxes. It's really good to have just wood stuff. You know, man, it's just like if you're a mechanic, you want old cars and tools and parts laying around all over the place, you know. I just wished I had a facility, which I will, hopefully, to store it all in.
But,
Like,
you know, but here's the thing, it's like this is so much more organized than what it used to be.
now,
Like things are happening.
yeah, some people would just cut this off, right?
Oh no.
I like leaving this on. So when I did a window trim, see, this is it's not for waterproofing,
Right.
anything. We'll do all the waterproofing behind it.
Mhm.
Then you put it up for aesthetics. It'd be beautiful to have as if you want this look. House, exterior wood trim, anything like, we can really get fun with that, you know?
I love that.
Now I'm not all, it doesn't always have to be rustic, you know, but for some reason, when I look at an old piece of wood, it just seems like it's got a story.
Of course.
You know, it's got some history behind it, you know?
Well, and now, believe it or not, you know, it is going to come a time where there are no more barns. People are tearing down the old barns.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a time, probably soon, maybe within the next 5 to 10 years, there won't be any more old barns.
5 or 10?
You know what?
Did you name
I
it
know
5
exactly,
or 10 years?
Listen, folks, I know exactly where snakes are. I know exactly where they are, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I know where one is particularly right now. I ain't talking to you no more.
Am I a poisonous snake?
Oh, you're the worst.
Lethal.
You're the worst.
Yeah.
Venom, baby.
We're running out of barns. 5 or 10 years, there won't be a barn left.
Well, I don't think there will be. Every one of them around my house, they're all torn down except for mine.
There's annoying noise. Hey,
Her voice is so annoying.
there's a company that takes wood and they put it out in the desert in the sun, and then they put a chemical on it to try to make it look like this. Now, you can get wood that'll turn gray, all right? But you're not gonna get wood
No.
that'll have this deterioration on here.
No, absolutely not.
Right? Now, if it continues to get wet, it's gonna deteriorate.
Yeah.
I think this would be beautiful on the house.
That'd be pretty.
Just, you know what? You could put this even in a home that's super modern, right?
Yeah.
And put one piece of wood in a really unique place, or even make a picture frame out of it up against a stark sheetrock or marble
Right.
wall, and it looks decorative.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, for people, I was looking at some exteriors the other day, which Randy's
Yeah.
gonna make fun of this too, but I don't care. But anyway, they were talking about things like stucco, brick,
Yeah.
all this stuff. So now, what can people add to their houses if they want it, if it's not here?
You know, since I've moved into my little cube, listen to the frogs.
I know.
Since I moved into the little cube, I put a TV in there and I've got YouTube on it. So and I got the pup. So I've been in there going and I had YouTube going and I said, I'm gonna look up some things. And I've always loved hemp. I wanted to build out of hemp.
Yes.
The thing is these hemp homes is hempcrete, you guys know about, is you mix lime with your hemp and water and then you pack it and it's a structure, it's a beautiful, strong structure. But how do you do it when it's a mobile? You guys are mobile, and I love the hemp is neat because then you can put stucco on the inside, right? You can use different finishes that look really cool. I'm gonna keep looking into different materials that you can use on a house. I actually personally was gonna build a sandbag house. They were tubular sandbag houses,
And
right?
you started it.
And it was called EcoTemp.
Yeah.
Eco,
No.
Ecodome. I think it was Ecodome out of California. This Iranian engineer came up with this, and it was beautiful. And I was going to build an entire house for like $4,000.
If you don't care, I've got pictures that I can post and show it.
Yeah.
It was a sandbag thing. Yeah.
And it was so laborious, intensive. You need about 8 or 10 people
Bad.
to fill the bags and do it all. But we did the perimeter, couple 3 or 4 bags, and it was like I wore the kids out, I wore everybody out.
Oh gosh, it was hard.
Listen, I was so poor, right? I got all the bags for $200.
Yeah.
It was crazy cheap. The sand was a tandem load of sand for $500, right? So for $700, I had almost all the sand and bags I needed. And I took a buddy of mine that had a concrete mixer, and I took a washing machine motor, and I took a belt and wrapped it around the washing machine motor, and that's what turned the drum to mix the sand and the mortar. And then I took an old piece of pipe, an 8-inch round pipe, and I cut it in half and made a chute from up top, and the boys would shovel the stuff, and it would slide into a wheelbarrow, and as you guys, it would be crazy.
It was such hard work.
But all I had was time.
Yeah.
And this wasn't long ago. And but I was going to build a
years.
sandbag house. Hey, here's some more Dutch slap siding right here.
And they were calling them earth bag homes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this is a cedar. This is a cedar wood. It's not white pine, and it's got the Dutch slap finish on it. And I got a pile of that. Right. Beautiful. Look how pretty that is.
That is very pretty.
Is that not gorgeous?
Yeah, it is.
And you know what bothers me is I am in so much now the business end of things. As you guys know, is doing the land and developments and going over processes with Tom and guys, and it's just a lot of the business end.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I guess that's what you get when you grow in a company. But when I look at this wood, I really enjoy creating. I like taking wood and building things out of it. So it's really cool to look down and see, God, look how pretty that piece of wood is because it was turned over, right?
Yeah.
Like, let me take you in, for instance, look underneath there. Look how good all the wood is underneath there. See that?
So pretty.
Look how pretty that is. You flip this one over. Yeah, see how pretty?
Beautiful.
All this is the Dutch lap siding. Now I don't have a lot of it. I like to use it in accenting on the inside. So if you guys say, hey, can you use some of that Dutch lap? Or you can use some of the live edge. I love using live edge on the inside. Now, we can take the live edge. This is like a live edge right here. See, it's got a knot sticking out.
Yes, right.
But see how it's kind of rough? We can run that through a planer, and then you can urethane that. Oh my God,
Can
it
you
would look so.
urethane it just the way it is?
And you can urethane that too.
Okay.
Yep. You can even hit it with a little sander.
Pretty.
I think would be cool is put a little like a turquoise blue paint on it.
Yeah.
Let it dry and then sand it all off.
That'd be super.
And have pieces of paint on it and stuff. But that's just fun. So if you guys want anything like that, just let us know.
Now Travis has mentioned something that I actually am curious about too. Could you take something like this, where that's it's made like a little pond here? Could you make that like a pond, like a clean, real pond, like with lily pads and stuff like that, like a clean one?
Yeah, I don't know what was here. This is part of the factory.
It's not very deep, is it? It's just like a.
No, it's about 6-8 inches deep.
But that's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Once we clean all this up, there's just so many. It's just like fun being creative about all this. You know what's cool is like you pointed out earlier. This is the prairie.
Yeah.
Look how big the prairie is.
I know. Let me kind of pan. And look at the tree line at the railroad.
Yeah. So I love our 3 developments right here, 3 communities, because you got this big prairie that's going to look like Yellowstone, a western looking outfit here, right?
Beautiful.
And then right over there is going to be the beach, where it's going to be tropical stuff. We're already looking into our plant, and we're going to where the smoke's coming out, jumps burning the stumps and stuff, and all on one piece of property. Isn't that cool?
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah. Yep. And then on is a commercial farmer. They got, wow, I don't know how many hundreds of acres, and it borders up the French Broad River, the Pigeon River, and they're just real good neighbors. But they grow tomatoes and corn and soybeans and all that stuff. You know, they're commercial farmers, really.
Oh.
Not a, it's a family, but it's commercially ran.
Right.
But I wanted to tell you that, you know, and then across the street, if we do the development across the street, that's it all over there is that ridge. And if we, so close to us. See, it's just our neighbor, and it have a whole different look, a whole different feel, everything.
Right.
And I just wanted to remind everybody that, you know, our homes, the prices that we're, you know, the bigger homes will do the same thing on the prairie. I think the prairie would look great with bigger homes, and with wood and the look, you know, the wood tone with here, you know, because we're going to build some Western structures, you know, to give it that feel here.
Yeah.
I'd love to have. You talk to the mail, but wouldn't it be cool to have our own little post office here?
It would. It'd be really neat.
If
That'd
they
be
could
really
bring
cool.
all the mail right here.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can do that, but I'll do
I
all
don't either.
the stuff we're going to evolve into. Yep. So we'll have our own
That'd be
post
really
office.
cool.
Yeah. I just wanted a place where you can go and get coffee. You can walk everywhere here. Julie's out walking right now. We got a track that's going to be over a mile long, you know, once we get it all done. We're just waiting for the weather to break.
And good question, Travis. What about the design contest? Did we just get that one lady that sent something?
I only had 2 or 3. That was it.
Okay, but you have 2 or 3.
I had one. It was awesome, and she made it look like a wagon.
Really?
It had 2 circles, and then it had roads all the way around. And if you looked at it from up in the sky, it looked like a wagon. Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, but yeah, this is you know, think about it. You know, our show is called Sow's Ear and a Silk Purse. That's what we've done with this land.
100%.
You know, this land is a commercial land, you know, and we've taken a commercial piece of property and building 3 distinct communities on it, and we're going to make it beautiful.
Oh, it's going to be gorgeous.
You know, with a restaurant lodge here, you know, walking tracks, and maybe a retail shops that I'd like to put up.
Somebody wants a dance hall. We got to have like a place have some
congregating.
dances.
You know what? And that lodge, I think you'll take the sofas and push them against the wall and start dancing.
Exactly, that's right.
Yeah. So I guess I'm hoping, I don't know, we encourage people to, you don't need everything perfect to do anything in life. You know, you don't have to wait till you got all the money to do it. You don't have to wait till you have everything just right. And I think everything we've always done is pretty much has been just a dream that we want to do, and you try to just figure it out, you know?
And the riverfront is not something that, there's no access to it.
No, you have that berm. That is a railroad berm, and it is down, and then you got to go up and over the railroad and then down and into the woods. So it's there. It's, you know, I've talked to the railroad about giving us a crossing. Right. And it's like an act of Congress to get it. Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen with the river property. We do own 2 acres on the river. So if you look on a topo map, you got Pigeon River, and then it splits, right? And there's an island, and the tributary is what we're on. So I don't know if it's the main river or not, but there's a tributary. I think it's probably best because it never floods. Yeah. We've had 2 record year rains. Yes. That's why it's so wet here. And that river never got into the bank. Right. You know, now in the summer, it gets down pretty dry. I don't think you could even kayak it in the summer.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty out here today, ain't it?
yeah, it's gorgeous, man. I'm looking forward to putting homes up. I'll be measuring this off with our wheel, and so I can get the roads and pull the permits and everything that we need on this, because I want this completely done, everybody, this year.
Yeah.
I want everything done. The beach is already, we got a contracting, a concrete cutter contractor coming, gonna cut all the concrete out. He'll do it in 4
Wow.
days, gone. We've been cutting it, taking too long. So we
Yeah.
call the contractor today. They'll cut it all in about 5 days, 4 or 5 days, and they're done.
Really?
We'll pop it up, put it in. I mean, I'm talking, we're on it. I've already talked, electric company was out today. Water's no problem, electric's no problem. And the sewer is just straight shot.
Yeah.
So the beach will be done. I'm starting to work on this.
So the beach could possibly be done before the forest, depending on weather?
It's dry.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
why
problem on
I'm
it.
already, Amanda, I'd had her help me. I said, let's look into the bamboo. I know there's some
Yeah.
bamboo over in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Can we dig it up?
A
Can we
bunch of it.
transplant it? The palm trees that we're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So if we can we may spend over $1,000 to $1,500 per lot
Mm-hmm.
just in vegetation,
Yeah.
right? So you're looking at 36 lots. You're looking what, 36,000 to
Mhm.
40,000 or more just in vegetation.
Because you want it to look really nice. It's not just going to be your house sitting on a piece
Yeah.
of concrete, you
Yeah,
know?
and it's your all's money, the $6,000, and we haven't sold it all out. But I'm going to tell you, once I start throwing the greenery in that thing,
Oh, yeah.
and the beach, it's going to look cool, man.
It really is.
Yep, and the prairie too. Prairie, and what I like about it is if you are into rent your home out, I think it'll be awesome because and see an ocean of tiny homes.
I know.
And in the beach of we're just not picturing it in our mind yet.
No.
And I know you can't, but when you come here as a guest, tiny home advocate, and you're just like into it, you don't even, maybe not even want one, but you want to stay in one because they're so popular. Where else can you go? We Casa out in Colorado, they got 20, 30 homes.
Yeah.
This is crazy. We're gonna have 150.
It's going to be insane. And the people that's already established friendships, relationships, and everything, even before they come here, especially with the people that's already here,
Yeah,
it's just a big deal.
yeah, it is.
Super needed. A quick question: is the road that's between the two properties there? Is it a private road? Is it
Yeah,
his
It's
property?
the farmers.
Oh, it's his. Okay, it's his land.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no road to it. Okay,
Yeah. How'd you know there's a road over there?
you took me.
Oh, I thought somebody told you about it or something.
No, somebody just asked if there was a road between the two properties.
There is.
Yeah, you drove me back.
Yeah. Well, I called the farmer and asked him if we could use it one time,
Mhm.
but I asked him if we could use it, and he just said he didn't
Right.
even answer me. So I haven't pushed it to even use
Of course
it.
not.
And then to use it, we don't own the land when you go over top of that. We don't own any of that, and then we own it. So you got to trespass to get to our property if you use that road. You
I
know.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just wondering if somebody had Googled the map that thing, but
Oh, they might have. Yeah, they might have.
yeah,
But yeah. Okay.
it's neat. But I that's why I like the idea, everybody. I mean, there's a factory right over there.
Mhm.
Okay. Like I've always pointed out, there's a factory there and a factory on the other side, and there's no residential homes. You can see there's hardly anybody, one or two over on that ridge, and then once you go across the river, there's a lot of folks that live around there. But being able to take this property, and that's why that I'm trying to make it economical for everybody.
Mhm.
We're not the Biltmore. We're not over here, tucked away in some private, beautiful oasis.
But
But
it's going to be gorgeous.
It's going to be that way because we're going to create it that way with the homes and the vegetation and the community and what we're trying to do. So
That's awesome. And then I see a comment here. It says, "I've been a nurse for 19 years already and applied to transfer my license." Linda said, "That's amazing.
To
That's
Tennessee?
awesome. Yeah, I guess so.
come on here.
Yeah,
we're-
that's great.
Yep. We're just
And somebody said something about tornadoes. I mean, I've never experienced a tornado, but
Yeah, you're born and raised here.
I was born and raised here.
Well,
I've
you're
never.
62 years old. You've been here that long?
Okay. Okay. Is that where we're at? That's where we're at.
Is this where we're
Okay.
going?
Okay, that's where we're going.
Hey, when I say that, her tongue goes. Okay.
Okay, I see where we're at.
No tornadoes in Amanda's life.
I see you.
No tornadoes in Amanda's life ever.
Never. But there are tornadoes in Tennessee, but it's usually like middle,
Yeah.
like out through there. But I've never here.
Yeah, I think these mountains break them up
Yeah.
pretty much. There was a cell. What do you call them? One of them storm cells that ripped up a tree or two here. but
Yeah.
hardly anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? When I moved to Tennessee, God, 1986, the guy told me, he said, Tennessee doesn't get the best or the worst of anything.
No, it's
You know?
all. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best and it's not the worst. And so like the winter, right now it's probably what, 50 degrees?
About 50 degrees.
Um,
Beautiful.
It gets sunny and it's warm, then it'll be snowing tomorrow night,
I know.
and then it'll be 70 next week.
I know.
You know, so I love all that.
I do too.
It's not like when I was raised in Detroit, you know how you all are if you're up from up north.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, once Halloween hits,
Mm.
it's winter until springtime.
God.
You don't see any breaks, you know.
No, I
And,
don't know how Yins handle it. Who is it? Millie? Remember Millie got her house, went up to Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. They've been posting, she posts pictures and somebody else posting them, and like
Snow.
it's -1. And,
Ugh.
oh, my God. It's so cold up there,
Guys.
you all.
Underpin your house.
And I just want to say, we literally have, don't we have 3 or 4 people from Wisconsin that's already moved in?
Yeah.
They've run out of there like rats. They said, I'm leaving. I ain't fooling with it no more.
Yeah, they have. There's 70 people coming into that community right
Yeah.
there. We got, I think, on the beach and 10 or 12 here on the prairie already.
Yeah,
So,
I swear. And
This
then
is
we've got
exciting.
3 from Wisconsin. That just cracks me up. It's like, that just shows how cold it is. They're
Yeah.
like, I don't care. I'm leaving.
now remember, when you come here, it's 2 years free rent.
Yeah.
2 years
right.
free rent. And if you buy a house here and put it on the prairie or the
Mhm.
beach, right, or the forest, I don't think it's sold, but if you need one, I mean, we'll rent it out for you too, you know?
Yeah.
And it's 2 years free rent with a $6 deposit. That's all we need. And you've registered or reserved your spot in here, and I'm
Mhm.
paying you back your rent for $6,000 by giving you 2 years free rent.
Oh, Donna said last week. Now, Donna, where are you at? Are you up in Michigan too? It was -11 was the wind chill. Oh. Lord, we do have ticks. Somebody just asked if we have ticks. And what kind of snakes do we have, Randy?
Steven Scotter from California, they just moved here.
Yeah.
And he did a study. He said, I know everything you got around here now. And he was
Oh,
really into it.
well.
He said, you have 2 poisonous snakes. Of course, we have a timber rattler
Mm-hmm.
that's normally up in the higher elevations, and we got a copperhead. Yeah,
Mhm.
copperheads. Copperheads are not aggressive. They're using all them piles of logs and,
Yep.
and wood. They're
They're in-
always in a pile of wood.
Always.
Because that's where mice are,
Mm-hmm.
and they eat mice. Now, everybody, I've been here, I said, since like 1986, right? I've raised my boys, I mean, in the woods, right? We used to go to the top of these ridges, and we'd get on our butts, and we would slide down on our butts in the middle of the fall, and when the leaves just fell off and it was slick. And I mean, we've done it once 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
We've hiked everywhere. We've been in tennis shoes and shorts and never seen a snake.
No.
Never. The only one snake that I seen was when we walked up to a house, my mom and dad's house, got out of the car, and Amanda was with me, and I started walking around the back of the house, and this was up in the mountains. Now, we're talking up at my old resort, and it was my folks' house, and there was a rattlesnake right there by the heat and air system, and I was walking right to it, talking to her like this, and she hollered at me, and I stopped, and that thing was coiled up and shaking.
He's a big one.
And that's the first one I'd seen, and I've been here 30-some years,
So,
you know?
so I just want to clarify that I saved your life.
I mean,
Yeah.
not technically.
Technically, yeah, I saved your life. And you call me 62. Okay. But anyway, Donna is up in Illinois. Ooh, so cold.
Ooh.
And just so you know, in my house, I see snakes all the time, but they're black snakes.
She had them in her house
Well, now, that's true.
until she got cats.
Until I got cats.
Yeah.
But I'd get a snake in the house every year. And it just,
But now you don't because you got 14 dogs and 18
I've got
cats.
4 dogs and 2 cats, and I might get some more cats. But, but anyway, you plugged everything up pretty good with spray foam stuff, like
I
the
took
cans.
care of you.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that, but I'd say you put some spray foam in some cracks, okay? That's what that's what I said.
Okay.
That's what I said, okay?
Right.
But anyway, the snakes quit coming in, and I saw one going through a hole, and I had just pulled up with the car, and the kids was in the car and stuff, and I saw it going towards that hole. I couldn't get out of the car fast enough. I was going to go over there, swear to God, I was going to grab it, because I knew it was going down in the basement, and I'd never see it again. And I swear to my goodness, we finally found it 2 days later. But I almost grabbed him, and his tail went right through, and he went right in there. And I bet he was every bit of 5 foot.
When I gutted her basement,
Oh, God.
there was up in the ceiling, there were
Oh.
snake skins up inside the ceiling and the insulation. Now get this, I took the insulation out of her ceiling
That's true.
and used it when I needed to build a building to live in.
Yeah.
And I used her old insulation, put it in garbage bags, and then when I built me a shack to live in, I used her insulation in her basement to live in.
That is true.
I know how to live out of nothing,
That is
everybody.
true.
I really do. But we know how to build with good stuff too.
And
So.
I want to touch on this because somebody just said something because we're joking about me being 62. Lynn said Amanda's not even 50. I'll be 50 this year. Randy's gonna be 60. We're 10 years apart.
Yep.
Yeah, so 50 and 60 this
Yeah.
year. Yeah, we need to have a party.
Yep.
Yeah.
2020 is a big year.
2020 is a big deal.
I'm excited. I'm pumped up getting this done. This whole place done in 2020.
It's so funny because I love when people remember stuff. Who was it said snake throwers?
Oh, your mower?
My mower, when I was over there mowing on that property over there in Newport.
Yeah.
And Lord, I was going on there, and I mean, snakes are getting cut up and flying everywhere. They'd get up on the deck and everything. I just kept mowing. I said, just go, go, go.
God.
I'd kick it off with my flip-flops.
Well, she had a 6-foot black snake in her kitchen.
True.
It crawled up the side of the house
It
in
did.
the back door, and she was in the kitchen, looked down, her and her son,
Yeah.
and they jumped up on the kitchen table.
We did. That's true.
God.
That's true. And then I swept it out the back again.
Hey, where'd you get that deck on the back of your house, Amanda? Where did that
Oh.
deck come from?
You mean the one that ain't got no stairs to
You
get
mean the
off
one
of
that's
it?
got rails around it and you got it for Christmas, huh? Hmm.
Well, that was you. You built me a deck.
Oh, well, let's
Oh,
just...
that's a good
Hmm.
question. I'm glad you brought it up. What size is that? Is that about what?
That was a 10 by 10.
Now, is that what are the people going to have at the
Whatever they want.
whatever they want?
We're charging $10 a square foot to build a deck.
$10 a square foot.
To build a
Okay.
deck. I'm trying to build your old sheds. That would be, you know what? That would be great to build all our sheds with.
Because somebody brought that up. I think Chuck was talking about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them. I'm really trying to get you guys some sheds for $500 to $800, something like
Oh.
that. You know, I got to get the hinges and make the doors, and I'm just trying to build them really fast.
Now, is the deck that's with no railing?
No rails.
No railing.
Yeah, it's really low to the ground. If you want rails, we'll have to add rails to that price. Yeah, and if you
Okay.
want to, you can have a roof over your porch.
I think somebody asked that.
Yep, you can have a roof over it. You know, we just got to make sure we do the height with the door and where it's going to be put. But
Gotta price it
we
out.
can do all that. Yeah, we'll do
So
all
if
that.
you want a deck or a shed or
Yeah.
anything like that, now's the time to email and say, hey, listen,
Price it.
price
I
it.
want to get you guys some sheds. I'm trying to
Yeah.
make all the sheds the same size. I was
Yeah.
thinking 4 foot deep, 8 foot wide,
Mhm.
right? 6 foot tall, a door on it. I'd like to make them all look the same.
Yeah.
Make them all out of wood.
Well,
He lost his trailer.
well, God bless his heart. Look at him. That
Yeah.
was funny. Scooter.
Yeah, so we'll build the sheds, the decks if you'd like us to. Yeah,
Okay.
so
Good.
yeah, this is cool. This is a big year.
Yeah, it is a big year.
Yep. Anything else? All right.
We're good.
Hey, tomorrow's Thursday, right?
Mhm.
I want to go back inside and I want to show a couple homes that are coming together. We actually got one that finished up today. Bart put in a range hood
Mhm.
and used some barn wood inside of a real pretty home.
Ooh.
And so it's kind of going to be a prototype of what we like to do, the design.
Is that the one we saw last night?
Well, it was that one, but I think it was another one too, because he put one
Oh.
on and I said it was a shelf and he said he made it different. So I
well,
want
that
to,
looked really cool.
it did. I want to show our range hoods that we're using and some other little ideas. And the guys, we're trying to actually build 12 homes, 12 to 14 homes a month. And so, I know some people are wanting their homes, and we're on a schedule to get them all done.
Yeah.
You know, I actually talked to a tiny home builder about a year ago, right? And you know, they built 25 homes a year, and they were a year out.
Yes.
If you ordered your house, you wouldn't get it for a year.
I know.
Now I know our original RJOs were we started last year on that, and I was going to build them all myself.
Yeah.
And Lord, the business took off.
It really
You know,
did.
and I didn't get to. So then
Yeah.
I had to hire the guys to build them. So we lost money on the
We did.
RJOs, but
Right,
they got built. We stuck to our guns. We stayed 15 grand. We even started building them 15 because we bought everything wholesale in large amounts. But I just wanted to do it, to be able to say I could do it. And when we started crunching the numbers, we were losing money, you know, on our 15 because of our overhead. Because as you grow, you got to have secretaries, you got to have more people, you got to have supervisors.
And we're growing.
And we're growing. So
and things are speeding up.
there's
so,
that balance.
Yeah. Things are speeding
So
up.
what I like to do is, if we can get faster and we get better and we get more organized, then that keeps our costs low.
And I got a few
Yeah,
questions.
go ahead.
I don't
Go
want to
ahead.
bypass these.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Cindy wants to know, can we put awnings on our tinies?
Awnings.
Awnings.
Yeah. What?
Like an awning over the thing?
Yeah.
Somebody wants to know, can the sheds look like the sauna?
That's what I'm thinking. Exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a good
Exactly.
question.
Yeah.
Lynn wants to know, what about the sheds? Can we do larger than a 4x8, like a 10x5, or is it you want everybody's to be the same?
Yeah.
Probably
I think
uniform.
Yeah, because we start getting bigger and different and all that. And you know what? It just.
Yeah, Gail was the one that asked about the sheds like the sauna. Great question. Let's see. Randy, I want a wraparound deck. That's Barbara.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I love the new range hoods. Donna said, I thought it was great too. I just want to get their questions really quick. I saw a couple more. The range hoods are great.
Can they hear you?
They looked really pretty.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm trying. Dawn's looking for the TVA video. It's on there. I'll try to get with Alyssa.
Of that TVA house?
Yeah, the TVA house. She liked that.
That was cool.
Yeah, that layout.
Yeah.
She said.
It was,
but
wasn't
it's
it?
on there.
Yeah.
And I think that was November or was it December?
The TVA?
Yeah.
No, it's January.
Oh, was it? Okay. Well, then look through the January videos. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll try to get with Alyssa and find out.
They're actually debuting that house in Memphis.
Yeah.
End of this month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, thought about going and videoing it and stuff, but
Yeah,
I don't know
that'd
if I'll
be
get
cool.
a chance to get over there.
Okay, and real quick, and I'm glad Travis brought this up because somebody said this earlier in the show. Talk about your mom's house, the ADA. There was a lady talking about any kind of disabled houses, and we were actually in a house last night that had the grab bars, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and the shower. Yeah, you can buy an ADA shower compliant that has the fold down seat, the grab bars already in the shower. It's a little pricey. It was like $1,800, but it was a full all installed shower. My mom's is 10 foot wide, 20 foot long, has a hospital bed in it.
Right.
I've got grab bars in the shower for her, around the toilet. You know, I don't know all of ADA codes. All I need to know is what's ADA compliant. We can build it for sure, no problem whatsoever.
Awesome.
I just always say, you could maybe get a 9 foot, how you lay it out. The biggest thing is access to the bathroom.
I see.
So you want to make sure that if you do that, you want maybe the bathroom on one end, so you can have a 36-inch door to it. You know, my mom's, I took a door, got a curtain.
Yeah, true.
You know, she's the only one in there.
Yeah.
And then make sure you get to the bed.
Oh gosh, there was another question. Hang on a second that I was going to ask. Oh, your license. Did you hear something today? I know that
What a
we
mess.
called them.
What a mess.
Oh God. Well, that
It's
ain't
a mess,
good.
everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. My license, right? I had two. I had electrical contractor's license and I had a general contractor's license. They've got them all mixed up.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. They got the electrical license, right? That was supposed to be the general contractor's license and vice versa. They've lost the scores to my test. I took the test twice. One in
Man.
'92 and one in 2014.
That's no easy
So
test.
now we're researching all the testing facilities here in Knoxville where I took the
Lord.
test. And it's just been so much bureaucracy and tape and paperwork and all this stuff. So now, but that's not going to stop us from doing here.
Right.
Use contractors and they'll come in and we can work together on that. I've helped them, they've helped me,
Good.
so it's not something we can't get by.
So it's not going to be hinged on that, but
No.
that will get
No.
figured out. But that stuff takes a long time.
Yeah.
The other thing, oh my gosh, somebody just asked it. What was it? Oh, and it's a good question. I think it was Felipe. It just popped in my head. I didn't
Yeah.
see it. If someone was to ask, if someone was to buy a house today, what is our build time? And I know we're adding people and stuff. So what is the actuality?
We got, I think, 40 homes to build.
Mm-hmm.
We're building about 12 a month,
Mm-hmm.
so we're about 4 months out.
Mm-hmm. 4 months out.
Yep. If you
Okay.
right now today. Yep.
Partnerships. I didn't know. I know that you all had been sending stuff out.
Yep.
How's that going to affect that?
The partnerships could throw it all into another,
Mhm.
cut all that in half. It's going to take a couple months for the partnerships to be educated,
To
tutored,
learn.
all that stuff. I've got a friend of mine right now that has actually built a building in Michigan
Mm-hmm.
to be a partner.
Yeah.
And I've got several others that I've been talking to.
Mm-hmm.
So once we get our curriculum down and how we're doing, we're actually building some apartment kind of bunkhouse thing in the back of the building.
Right.
And that's going to be only for the partnerships to come and stay and be tutored.
Okay, and maybe we could show that tomorrow or something.
Yeah, they're in there framing. So we're using all that we're gearing up. Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
And Vilma always watches us and stuff. Did your mom get all the Valentine cards?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She opened them up and everything. You guys have gotten her pajamas and flannel sheets and socks, and she's just
Spoiled rotten.
Yeah, she is. You guys, you don't realize how much when she gets something and opens it, and it's just fun. Thank you so much.
And two, because Travis
Yeah.
and Dana, and there's so many people
Yeah.
who sent stuff, and it's been a big deal at this time of year because she's not able to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's meant.
It is, and it's probably good she don't get out as much. I mean, she was on her porch today, out on her
Mhm.
porch, and of course I'm always there in and out throughout the day, and then we got Marianne that goes and
Yeah.
kind of sits with her and helps her in the mornings for a couple hours, about 4 hours
About
every
4
morning.
hours.
But the nurses come in there and she ain't had the flu, a
Mhm.
cold, no UTIs, nothing.
Mhm.
She has been just healthy, man.
And one of the things is staying away, especially when babies and when you're older like
Yeah.
that, you really have to stay away from everybody.
That's in the winter months.
Especially in the winter,
So
yeah.
she's doing good. Thanks for asking. I
Yeah.
feel weird that, I know there's a lot of people out there that are lonely and older and that don't get what, mom's getting. So I can't thank you enough for
Yeah.
tending to her.
Yeah, that Travis said, my sister and me were so glad that she loved her bathrobe and thermal socks. I mean, spoiled her rotten, Travis.
She
Good
put them
God.
things on. She, oh, my feet are so warm. I'm like,
And I think Dana got the flannel sheets, and everybody got everything. Sent stuff.
well, she had the flannel pajamas, them big old fluffy pajamas. She had them on a hanger, so I hang them up every morning.
And Heidi got her some stuff. She just got. That was really sweet of everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
So, good.
Oh, look, you can see my shadow. Look.
Can you
wrap
see
it up.
Yeah, see how she does me? Yeah, wrap it up, Randy. Quit talking. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for following us.
Tomorrow's
And,
Thursday, right?
Tomorrow's Thursday. Yep. I'm going to go back in the shop. I'm going to show you a few things, what's going on, and give you some more details about everything else that's
And
happening
we have
here.
to find MJ's house. We did not get a chance before the
I
show.
think we sold it, Amanda.
Did we sell?
I think we sold it. I think it's gone.
Exactly.
Oh, I got to go get my dog.
Oh yeah, that's right. Everybody was
sleeping.
asking about they called him Ace Ventura.
Ace.
But one of the things is that if you haven't seen it yet on Facebook, but I put some pictures of Ace and Randy on there today. So take a peek at it. You may have already seen it though. So
Yeah.
okay.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.